Hi dear friends, I wish you health, happiness and blue sky. And start my video about 10 common mistakes in reading section of IELTS. But before you start watching this video, make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. The first mistake among people who are preparing for IELTS and get lower score in reading is that they don't read anything in English. Reading is very important. In this way, you will make your brain accustomed to read some articles in English. And those articles in reading test will not seem difficult, weird, and so big anymore. They will seem to you as those that you read every day.
It's very easy.
Read something interesting, read something that relates to your study field, that relates to your work field. And of course, believe me, it will improve your reading score much. So, the second mistake is that you don't read academic texts, academic passages, academic articles, and that's bad. Because in order to improve your reading score, you can't read only interesting things for you, like some blog posts of stars, some news about stars.
What are you reading?
You should read a real academic article every day to get a higher score in reading section. If you don't read academic readings, you can't do this. The next common mistake is that students try to translate every word in reading passage that they meet. They think that in this way they can get higher score. Yeah, maybe the translation can help you, but you will not have this opportunity on your real exam. That's why try not to make yourself accustomed to this. I did the same, by the way, but then I realized that it's not right. They will not provide me with any dictionary during the exam. That's why try to define the meaning of the word approximately. Try read the passage, you see an unfamiliar word. Don't translate it, just try to guess the meaning of this word and define it approximately, what it can mean.
Guess what?
And in this case, believe me, you will not need any vocabulary, any dictionary. You will just even find correct answers without any of these books. The next mistake is that some people find unfamiliar words, define their meaning, and that's all. But you should write them down because some words you can meet in the next passages as well. And it's important to know their meaning in order to find the correct answers. So take these words, write them down, find their translation, find their real meaning. And it can facilitate your reading test a lot because when you meet them in the next passage, in the next reading test, you will know their meaning. But don't write terms because they are not important. Just skip them. If you find any term, just skip it. Write only words like are important, are used in daily life, and that's all. And by the way, you can use these words in your writing or even speaking sometimes. That's why it's very, very important to learn new words as much as possible. The next mistake is that many people read the passage first and then go to the exercises. This is also good for those who have a good memory. For example, you have read, you go to the exercises, that's good. But if you don't have a good memory, you can forget this. You can forget what you have read.
I don't trust my memory anymore.
That's why don't read the text. Just read its title and then go to exercises. Read the exercises. Even by reading those exercises, you can easily understand what about this passage is. And then, by means of these keywords, you will find correct answers in that passage. Don't read the passage again, it's a waste of time. You can do it only if you have a good memory. The next mistake is that many students don't underline keywords. Keywords are not important for me. I can manage without them. But no, it's difficult. Underline them and find the meaning of the words find your answers in the passage with the help of those keywords. And even better, if those keywords are special, like they are the name of some places, some years, centuries, it can facilitate finding the location of those correct answers in the passage. So use keywords They are a really valuable tool to find correct answers in the passage. The next mistake is that you start doing all exercises in the order that is given in your reading test. Sometimes it's okay, but in most cases it's not okay. You should combine your exercises in some ways, but in some ways even you should do some exercises first that are given, like for example, you should make the short exercise first and the first exercise lastly. So be very, very careful. Try to combine them in a way that is convenient for you and that can allow you to save more time in your reading preparation, in your reading test. Oh, we have the next mistake. It's the mistake that when you underline keywords and focus only on those keywords, and sometimes you may you may miss some important words. Let's take the word fail. Fail, actually, for some people it's a short word that doesn't have any meaning, but actually it has a negative meaning. And if, for example, in true false not given, you ignore this word, you can translate your statement in a wrong way. For example, the sentence has a negative meaning with this word fail, like people fail in succeeding something, so they didn't succeed, but you don't read this word, you ignore this word fail, and you translate it like they succeeded in something. So, it's very important not to ignore even one word in the statement, because sometimes even minor words can change the meaning, the whole meaning of your statement. Be very, very careful with it. Mistake number 9. This mistake is also one of some awful mistakes that many students make. By the way, I made these mistakes when I started my IELTS preparation. This mistake is that you don't work with timer. You don't do your reading test with timer. You just do it, and when you finish, you think that it's okay. For example, you do your reading test in 1 hour and 15 minutes, and you think it's okay. But it's not okay.
No, I'm not into that. It's not okay. It's not.
Because you should also have some time to transfer your answers to the answer sheet, because if you don't do this, if you don't transfer them, of course you cannot pass your exam successfully. That's why it's very important what to do, to work with a timer. Give yourself 52 minutes. 52 minutes is an ideal time for you, because 8 minutes I think it's okay to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. And by the way, I advise you to transfer your answers to the answer sheet on the exam as soon as you do the first passage, the second passage, and the third passage. So don't do and transfer them at the end. Transfer everything as soon as you finish each passage. The next mistake that many students make right now, and I also made this mistake when I was younger, no, just a joke, when I just started my IELTS preparation, I stuck on some exercises for a long period of time. I was thinking about them, I was trying to find their answer. But the more you stuck on something, the more difficult it's to find its answer. So just skip the answers on which you stuck for a longer period of time and then go back to them again.
Forget it. Yeah. Skip it.
Especially it relates to the answers to the questions in true false not given, especially to those in which the answer is not given, because these keywords actually maybe even don't exist in the passage. That's why you can't find them. So try not to stuck on those. Try to be like flexible. You can't do this, go to the next one. Go to the next one. You can't do this, again, go to the next one. The more you refresh your brain by skipping from one to one, the easier for you to get these answers. Okay, that's all for today. I hope this short video can help those who struggle with IELTS reading section, especially because this one is the most challenging, as many students say. But try not to make these mistakes, and believe me, you will overcome this problem easily. So Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and press like button. See you soon in the next video. By the way, thank you for watching till the end.